Danny here. So for today's video, I am going to be doing my May wrap up and my June TBR. Oh my god, it's the end of May. A little quick note before this. I know I said that there was going to be 2 videos last week, and I filmed 2 videos, but my SD card capped out in the middle of filming my other one, and I didn't have enough time to to refilm, and I was going on a really good rant with it, and that's kind of just gone. But I'm refilming that today, so you're gonna get 3 videos today, okay? You're gonna get the wrap up, you're gonna get my writing vlog, and then you're gonna get the video that you were supposed to get last week. So there's that. Anyway, let's just dive right into this. Okay, so in the month of May was actually a really good reading month for me. I finished 5 books in May, and I'm so excited. It's so much better than the 2 or 3 that I've been finishing in the other months. Okay, so right into it. The first book that I finished in May was Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. This book was amazing. I picked it up and said, you know what, I'm gonna start reading it. I'll read the first chapter or something. I finished it in about 5 hours, just consistent reading. I got some juice. It was really good. I loved it. So good. Can't wait to do a discussion on this one. If you have not read Everything Everything yet, read it. Okay, so that was the first one, and then I didn't read this whole thing, but I read the first 12 issues of The Walking Dead. So, first 12 issues. Oh, this is so big. This is the first 48 issues, so I'm reading them in segments of 12 just so I'm not consumed by this beast. So, first 12 issues, it was really good, very quick read, so I needed that. The next book that I read in the month of May was a May release, actually. So that was The Trials of Apollo Book 2, The Dark Prophecy by Rick Riordan. This, like I said, Book 2, so the first book being The Hidden Oracle. I actually pre-ordered this one, so it came right to my house, and I immediately put down whatever else I was reading and read it. So it was really good. Once again, can't wait to do a discussion on it. The next 2 books I have, I'm actually so excited that I finished them, because if you followed my previous video, you'll know that I have a lot of series started but not completed. So this was my first wave of me finishing series that I had started. So I have now officially finished the Paper God series by Amanda Sun. This is book 3, Storm. I've had this for years, and I've just been not reading it because they went through a cover change, and I was really upset with the cover change, so I just was nah, I didn't want to. But I finally finished it, so I can cross that one off my list. The second book that I finished was Blood Rose. I took the dust cover off. Blood Rose by Andrea Kremer. This one, oh my god. One, it was really good. I'm so glad that I read it. But it's one of those things where I'm kind of glad I waited so long to read it, because I feel like I appreciate it a lot more. I know I got a good maybe quarter of the way through the first time I tried to finish it, and then I just got angry and stopped. But I actually finished it this time, and I'm so glad I finished it. And it's a really good series. So I've had this one since I probably had this since middle school. So finally glad I finished this. So that's all that I finished in the month of May. Now on to June. As you know, I've been doing a really elongated TBR just of books that I know I need to get done. Some of the order has changed since I last talked to you about it, so I felt like this would be a good time to really get into it and show you all the things on my TBR. So just a side note, I do not think that I can get these all done in June. I'm not a crazy person, but I just have an order that I'm going to stick to. So right now I'm actually currently reading The Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This actually came in the mail yesterday, so once again, put everything aside and finished to start reading it. I am 42 pages in right now, and I haven't even read today yet, so this is really, I'm so excited to read this. I love her books, so this was another May release that I pre-ordered and it came to my house, so super excited to finish this one. After I read Lord of Shadows, this is going to be another final book in a series that I've been putting off for years, and that is The Iron Knight by Julie Kagawa. So I am super excited to finally finish this one, cross this one off the list. Like, it's time. So that's going to be number 2. Number 3 I'm so excited for this one, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. I absolutely love the movie, so I really wanted to read the book, and I've heard nothing but good things about this book. So, super excited. The next 2, actually, after this, so like these 3 books are all going to be like a little contemporary thing that I'm doing. I felt like I should be reading a little bit more contemporaries since my last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books before were kind of very heavy creature or fantasy or stuff like that. So I feel like contemporary is the way to go for the next 3. So I got Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, and then I'm going to do Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda, which I've also heard nothing but good things about this, so definitely gonna read it. Isn't this one actually really pretty? Yeah, this one's super pretty on the inside too. So I'm gonna be reading Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda, and then finally I'm gonna be reading Kids of... Oh, I guess I should tell you who they're by, right? So Me and Earl and the Dying Girl is by Jessie Andrews, sorry. Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda is by Becky Albertalli. And then I'm going to be reading Kids of Appetite by David Arnold. I don't actually really know what this one is about, but I'm going to read it. It's a contemporary, and it's gorgeous. I really, really like how it looks. So I'm going to be reading that. After that, I'm actually going to be reading a new purchase for me, and I'm super excited, and that is Eve the Awakening by Jenna Maressi. For those of you who don't know, Jenna Maressi is actually a self-published author. This is her debut novel, and she is now a full-time author. She has YouTube videos going on, so, just look at Jenna Maressi, and there she is. But she makes videos about writing tips for authors and her process, and they're very, very informative, and she's super quirky and fun, so I would highly recommend looking at her videos. But yes, I'm super excited I started watching her videos and I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy your book, so I did. So this is Eve the Awakening, and I'm super excited to read it. Ooh, okay, after Eve the Awakening comes my big venture. So I've said before that I'm going to try to read the Outlander series, and for those of you who don't know, the Outlander series is so many books. There's so many books, and each book is so long. So this is going to be my next Game of Thrones, if you will, because Game of Thrones took me 3 years to read, so hopefully this doesn't take me nearly as long. But I'm going to be reading the Outlander series. I don't have all the books. I think there's 8. And I have 5 right now. So these are all by Diana Gabaldon, and I have Outlander, Book 2, which is Dragonfly and Ember, Book 3, which is Voyager, Book 4, which is Drums of Autumn, and then Book 5, which is The Fiery Cross. So, they're mass paperback. They're so big, so I'm actually really excited to read this because I really want to watch the show, but I want to read the book before I watch the show because I feel like I'll enjoy it a lot more if I read it first. So there's that. Hopefully I can get the rest of the book soon. I gotta read it. I'm super excited. I'm actually so excited to read this series. I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy it, hence why I'm buying all the books, but so excited. After that, I just picked 3 books that are I picked short books. That was my rule. I had to pick very, very short books for these next 3, since the Outlander series is so long. And I also thought that these books would be good in case I need a break between the Outlander series. I know I did that with Game of Thrones, is that I would read a book, maybe a book and a half, maybe two, something like that, and just be like so much, and I'd just be overwhelmed with this fantasy world. So then I'd pick a small book just to like a filler book, just to cool down, and then I jump back into Game of Thrones. So I feel like I'm gonna do the exact same thing with Outlander just to keep me sane. So I've picked some pretty small books that I think I'm really gonna enjoy. So the first one is The German Girl, and that is by Armando Lucas Carrera. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. But yeah, this is about, well, the German girl, so it's obviously about the Second World War. So I'm really excited. It sounds kind of like a romance, like a historic romance type thing, but I'm super excited to read this. I don't actually have a lot of historical fiction, so I'm excited to start reading that. The second one I have is Rogue One by Alexander Freed. So I'm actually really excited to read this. I love Rogue One, like the movie. So I wanna read it in book form. I feel like it's gonna be really intense, and I feel like it's gonna make me sad. And the third one that I have is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by J.K. Rowling. I'm really excited to read this. Once again, I know that this is a screenplay. I know that this is a screenplay, and I know that this is literally exactly like the movie. I have not seen the movie because I want to read this first, but I know it's exactly the same, and everyone's like, you don't need to do it first. It's exactly the same. Just watch the movie. And I'm like, but I want to read it first. I like reading things before I watch them. Okay, and I know some of this on this list has been like, oh, but what about Me and Emerald the Dying Girl? You watched the movie first. I'm like, yeah, okay, but I knew I liked it. I didn't know I was gonna like it until I watched it, okay? But this, I know I'm gonna like it, so I want to read it first before I watch it. That was my little rant. Anyway, so those are my 3 like filler books that I'll be reading. And this was probably a really long video, so I'm just gonna wrap it up real quick right here. Yes, so tune in. I will have my next 2 videos up shortly after this one, so please bear with me. And please comment what you thought on this video, and please subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Tuesday, and I am Ardania, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!